Hello, future Boisbuchet gardener. I'm Danny. I'm one of the guys who did this garden, or who started this garden this year, and who was partly responsible of the garden last year. Yeah, this year I came to Boisbuchet in May, the middle of May, together with two Dutch girls, Nina and Eva. So we transformed it in a garden again, as you see. It was a lot of work. We worked for 10 days straight, 10 hours a day. So a lot of time went into preparing the soil, weeding out bad plants, bad herbs, bad weeds, setting up the greenhouse, which was built last year, and this year we used it for the first time. And of course we also did a selection of seeds. We got all the tools, we went to buy compost. So it was a lot of steps involved to make this garden possible this year. Now what is necessary is somebody to maintain it, to continue the work we started. Plants in the garden need water, especially here the sun can sometimes be really direct. It's a nice spot for a garden with a lot of sun, with a good soil. It's the traditional site of the garden of Boisbuchet since almost 150 years. So it's a good spot, but of course the sun dries out the soil, especially if there's no vegetation. So I will, with this video, I will introduce you to all the sites here, all the steps, all the things you need to do. But especially it's about watering, it's about weeding bad stuff, and it's about planting some things. Because here in the greenhouse we have, for example, here some salad. We have five different kinds of salad growing here. We have rainbow chard, we have some paprika and tomatoes, rucola. Now, unfortunately, I'm leaving today, and you are arriving hopefully the 27th of May, and you are now there to hopefully care for the garden. For that, you will need to invest 1-2 hours every day to do the tasks that are necessary. Best thing would be if you have a partner or somebody else, so that you can split the work. So if you have something else to do that somebody else can take over, it's just really necessary to be there every day, especially when it's warm like it's right now. All the plants that are small and fragile, they really need water and care, and for that you should be there and watering them every evening. We water our plants, our garden, always in the evening or in the early morning. That means before 9 probably, because when the leaves are wet and the sun shines really strong, they can burn. So our garden is basically composed of aromatic plants, they say in France, herbs and flowers. That's the main things. So we have separate locations. I will have this plan for you, and I will print it and have the exact locations of what is growing where on this plan. And then you have a bed which is full of wildflowers. Then we have one with which is flowers for dyeing clothes, for coloring them. And then we have a row full of salads which you need to plant, and I show you later where you need to plant it. A row full of basil as well, you need to plant it. We have a row full of tomatoes, you need to harvest them. And we have a lot of strawberries. I'm coming back in 7 weeks, in the beginning of July, and then again I will be involved in the garden, but until then I wanted to survive. That's basically the purpose of this video. Carlos is the workshop manager. Eric is the farmer. He's here during the week from 8 in the morning usually until 5 or 6. He's only speaking French, but that's no problem because he understands English perfectly well, even though he might, well, it's just be brave to communicate him in case you don't speak French. He's there, and he himself is a gardener at his home place. He's a farmer. He's excited about this, and he's the one giving you straw, for example. The straw you can put between the young plants to prevent bad weeds or bad plants from growing, because if you cover the surface, they have less space and less sun to grow. We have underground water reservoir and connected pump, and this pump is pump water into our water container, which we use to water the plants with 2 watering cans. It's not so complicated. Just give them enough water. Try not to water the leaves, but water the earth. I think that's all about watering. Tomatoes should get quite a lot of water, but always in the evening, as I said, or in the morning. Yeah, the greenhouse needs watering sometimes in the morning and in the evening, but usually it's enough once a day. Weeding bad weeds is about should be necessary in 2 or 3 weeks. Then they are still small and easy to rip out. If it's super dry, they are quite hard to rip out. If it's moist or kind of wet, it's perfect. You should do it. That's the perfect timing. Just don't let them get too big. The bad weeds you can recognize usually. It's kind of grass. It's everything that doesn't look like a plant. You probably soon will be able to distinguish what's a plant and what's not a plant. We will have about, I didn't count, but I think we have 30 or 35 different kind of plants. In here we have aubergine, we have cucumber, and it's staying in here. We have tomatoes and paprika. That's staying in here. All the rest you need to transfer. So I take you to the greenhouse from the entrance with the water bassin. Here we go. So here on the left side, right now there are a lot of, well, there's not a lot of stuff standing there. Some sunflowers, you need to transfer them as soon as you think they are big enough. Down here is some sage planted. So usually the spots which have seeds in them are marked with darker soil. We put compost soil on them, and like that you know where to water them. Here's the aubergine, it's staying in here, water it well, it's quite big. And cucumbers, they will start climbing. Maybe they will need a stick at some point, and you need to provide them with a stick. Here on the right are radish. I think they stay in here, and you will be able to harvest them quite soon. And this here is some tropical cucumber. It's also staying in here, and you see already it's climbing. Maybe it needs some climbing aid, but it should be fine. Then here on the table, turned around, here are plants growing in the pots. You see they are all labeled. Black courgette, all kind of courgette. Here's salads and basil. You see here are some red basil. This is going to be some different basil. We have 4 kinds of different basil. Right now here are the seeds. But in all these boxes there are holes in the bottom. If you water them, don't water them too much, but also don't let them dry too much. And here's tomato plants. They stay in here with a stick. This stuff gets out. I will put them out. Here are sunflowers. This is paprika. This is paprika. And here is growing salad, as far as I know. Rainbow chard, red salad bowl, lettuce, cosima, all kind of different salad. When they have a size of, let's say, this. Yeah, it's hard to tell. If they have a certain size, when you think they're big enough, put them out. So this is the well. Alexander said that this pump might work. Thing is, you need to fill it up here with water, and then maybe it's working, but I'm not sure if it's necessary to do, because here we have the exit of a electronic pump. Eric needs to attach it. Here's the electricity, and here's some water. You need to turn it on, like in flowing direction, and then on. Right now it's still turned off. If you're in urgent need of water, you should ask Eric to turn it on, or also Carlos is the guy. I will walk you through the lines. Here on the left one is only capucine. Here on the right one is tomatoes. These ones here in front of us, the 5 ones we bought, these are cerise. And these ones are from last year's seeds. They are a wild mix of colorful tomatoes. There will be a plan. I will put it in the greenhouse. Yeah, this is lemon balm. It grows like hell. We need to cut it maybe. And here comes the salad. It's on the plan. It's written in the plan and marked in the plan as still missing. That will be your job. It's growing in the greenhouse, and you need to put it there. So here are strawberries. These are new. Over there are strawberries which come from here. Quite curious what's going to be the difference. Don't forget to harvest when it's time. And this is capucine which I brought from home. It was growing in my flat, And this is how it's going to look, the whole row. Line number 3, this is thyme. It's a perennial, it's here, it's strong, it's the same for oregano. It shouldn't need too much care. Of course, don't forget to water. This is rosemary, it's new. Don't harvest too much in the first year. It's going to be a strong bush, but first year is kind of tough, always. This is Aesop. Here is the first row of plantation which I put the seeds already, and you need to water, and it's marked by these stripes which you see also over there and everywhere. So the stripes indicate where are the seeds and where you need to water. And this one is, let's see, yeah, ciboulette. And here in this field is calendula. It's orange flower which looks like this. Also it was grown in my flat, this one, so it don't rip out these leaves. That's the flowers. You can eat them, you can decorate, you can make cream out of them, they're nice. Here's cornflower, that's the next one. Same for that, you can make infusion out of it, or you put it in a flower bouquet, very nice. Here's persil, parsley, curly and not curly parsley. I don't know which one is on which side, but one is on each side. Here is celery. Next one is chervil, and next one is coriander. We have 3 meters of coriander with the seeds of last year, and that's very nice. Here on the back now you see 4 spots which are black. That because here are already sunflower seeds which you see here, for example. In the greenhouse you will find sunflowers, red velvet sunflower, that are red sunflowers that are very beautiful, and you need to transplant them out here. This is verveine. I don't know the English one, French is verveine. It's yeah, you can make infusion out of it, you can dry it, it smells very nice, and that's my thing. What I want to do, I want to dry it, so it's going to be bushes, shouldn't be too hard to care for. This is a rainbow chard. It's in the greenhouse, grows like hell usually. You just need to put it out. As I said, I put it in the plan what you need to put out, and yeah, you decide when it's the good time. Here the black spots, brown spots are where there are seeds inside. This one is yeah, by the way, this is sage. This is a sage plant I found, and I moved it here. And this is the sage which survived last winter, which is quite cool. This is lemon balm again. We have one over there. Here, lemon balm, and one here. And it grows like hell. It's a huge bush. You need to cut it back from time to time. That's why I cut off all this stuff, but it's coming back anyway. This is rhubarb. Kind of a personal experiment. Try to make it survive. And this is sorrel. Sorrel is really bitter. It's kind of salad ingredient. I think it has a lot of iron. It's not my favorite, but it's it can be nice when it has small leaves. So this stuff is made way too big. You need to cut it back like this, and then the small leaves are coming in. Next one is red spinach. It should also grow quite easily, and it is in the greenhouse. And don't worry, in the greenhouse everything is labeled. Just find the good things, check with the plan. You don't need to do everything on one day. Just about the time you arrive, it should be quite okay already. Maybe in the 2 weeks after you arrive you can do it. And here now is space for basilicum. We have 4 different kinds of basilicum, like Thai, I think cinnamon, Genovese, so the generic one, whatever. This is also in the greenhouse, you find it there. This is radish, the small ones. They grow also really easily the whole year. Once you harvest them, put new ones. Here is rucola. Actually, we have 2 different kind of rucola. This is one, and over there is another one. It's a lot this year. We like rucola, that's why we have it. We like the flowers. You can eat them. And this is the plant, also was grown in my flat, so there you can see how it looks. Rucola again, as I said. You see the lines, that's really easy, you just water over the lines. Here is beans, herb, I don't know if that's a thing. Now here are courgette, look, zucchini, these are the yellow ones. Harvest them when they are really small, don't let them get too big. So harvest them when they are small like this.
When they are big, they don't taste well anymore. And these are called black courgette. I'm curious what it's going to be. You see already they put out, they look out. What's over here? We need to see. There's lavash, muggy herbs or something like that you call it. Smells really strong. Comes usually also really strong. Here is an area of flowers. That's why it's all brown. Seeds are everywhere. It's kind of, it's called forgotten garden flowers or something like that. And here's sunflowers again. So this is this row. By the way, the grass in the ground is to prevent stuff from growing. That's really easy. By covering the surface, you prevent bad weeds from growing. That's why we also do it with the strawberries, for example. And I think you should do it with as much as possible. You just need to ask Eric, the farmer of Boisbuchet. He's going to bring it in big bags, which stand over there. So here again, sunflowers, and here is fennel. Came from last year, should be really strong, not so hard to care for. This is borage, as far as I know. Yeah. Here is lavender. I bought a plant, so you also see how it looks. And there are seeds inside. And this is amaranth. It's kind of beautiful, but you can also eat it, for example, as muesli or whatever. And here, this huge area is full of flower mix. It should come up quite well, I hope. And here on the right side is a project of Nina. It's flowers for dyeing, so for coloring. And there are 4 segments, and the last one is dill. But the 4 segments here, as you will see in the plan, are all flowers. I'm sure you can use them for a flower bouquet, but maybe you leave some for Nina, because it's kind of her personal project. So here is this separated segment. On the outside, where you see these 2 lines, is camomile. It's camille. It's my thing again. I want to make tea out of it. Here is mint. Again, for me, I like fresh mint tea. This mint I transferred from the farmhouse. You will find at the farmhouse a lot of mint. This I brought from home, and this one, yeah. And here again is a wild flower mix, forgotten flowers. And here on this side is a yellow mustard plant. It grows quite big. It looks like this. Grows quite big. Grows really strong. It's mustard. You can harvest mustard in the end, but it also looks kind of nice. I bring you to the compost. The compost we will not use this year, not as we used to use it last year. Here's a compost and here's one. They look nice, but they are not working really well because last year we didn't take care of them. So I moved around the stuff inside, and they need to sit the whole year. Here in between is the pile. We were going to do an open pile. That's fine. We will put our waste there, not too much. We will only put organic waste, no meat, no fish, no oil, no lemons or not too much lemons or oranges, no processed food, just organic food and food waste. So it's also your responsibility in a way to take care of this, that the compost is nice and alive. So maybe sometimes you need to move it or put some grass or leaves on it. Anyway, I would be super happy to get to know you before I come. So please call me. That's me. That's the car. That's your tools. Here on the greenhouse I stored your tools. Inside there are gloves. I quickly guide you through the gloves. Here's our water reservoir. There's also some compost in the greenhouse. Please use it. We paid for it already, so we use everything we have. There are many people involved in this garden project. You now as well, and for the people involved, it would be great if it works. If we come back in summer, in July or August, if it's growing or part of it is growing. I have to say, it's all flexible, it's all up to you. You will be in charge, you will take the decisions. If you want to plant something somewhere else, that's okay. If you want to do something else, that's fine. Do as you want, but please try to respect the work we did already and understand the responsibility you have for this to work. Find your own project, find your own fun about doing the garden, find your own helpers,
And that's it. Call me. I'm happy to get to know you soon, and all the best. Good luck.